Ohio State versus UCLA. It's going to be in Columbus. Pregame show on Ageless Talk Sports. Who's ready for this? It's going to be a nice day. 62 degrees. $36 is the cheapest ticket if anyone wants to buy it for me, and we can go tomorrow night. I'm excited. This is going to be a dominant performance, but we're going to get into that. Now, so far, Ohio State has just been completely dominating everybody that they play. And over 2,400 yards passing for Sayin, looking sharp, 24 touchdowns and 4 INTs, over 600 yards for Bo Jackson, almost 900 receiving for Jeremiah Smith with 10 touchdowns, Caden Curry with 7 sacks, Arvell Reese with 55 total tackles so far this year. Undefeated. Ohio State, undefeated. We've just been, some people can say, we've talked about this on the previous shows, the strength of schedule is not as great, but we did beat Texas. Granted, it was early in the year, but we still beat them. That was back when Arch Manning was playing like horrible, and Peyton Manning was saying that he was adopted. That was freaking hilarious. But I don't see Texas doing anything. I don't see Oregon doing anything. Anybody in the top, we're going to go undefeated, beat Michigan. The only team I got is Michigan up in Ann Arbor. We should dominate them. We should go undefeated going into the playoffs, get the first round bye. The only question is Indiana. I have concerns with Indiana because that coach is really just doing a fantastic job there. I think they just signed an extension for like 8 years or some crap, 10 years, something crazy like that. He had opportunities to go other places, but he decided to stay at Indiana. But I do not see anybody beating him. Texas A&M could be an issue. Indiana could be an issue. Our run game, run defense probably could get a little bit better going into the playoffs. And just air it out more with Julian Sayin. But right now, against UCLA, I think we're going to be fine. But at 31.5, let's talk about this game, shall we? Is this cool? Are you okay with that? Let's do it. So Ohio State, like I said, has been a juggernaut so far this season. Now they have 36.3 scored and 7.2 allowed, which is really good. They have 29 points per game. Their defense is number 1 in the nation with 211 yards per game. That's all they allow. Let's see. Julian Sayin, the Buckeyes' most recent win, 34-10, which they did cover. No, they didn't because it was 30.5, I believe. Now it's 31.5. So the one game they did not cover, they were 7-1 going into the game against Purdue, but now they're 7-2 against the spread. UCLA is not doing very good. A turbulent season so far, mid-season, after going 0-4, firing Deshaun Foster as a coach. Interim Tim Skipper comes in. 3 straight wins, though, in October, including a stunner in Penn State at Happy Valley against number 7 then, Penn State. But then reality sets in, 56-6, gets demolished by Indiana back on October 25th, and then followed by a narrow loss against Nebraska, 28-21. The Bruins ranked near the bottom nationally in run defense and overall scoring, but their offense is pretty good with Nico. I can't pronounce his name. We're just going to say QB Nico. So we're going to take a look at some stats for them. Comparison, 36 points per game for Ohio State against UCLA's 20. And then points per game on defense is only allowing 7.2, which we just talked about. But UCLA is allowing 30.7 points per game, and they're only scoring 20.4. That's a problem. 441.4 yards of offense for Ohio State with 344 against UCLA. And then 211.6 yards per game on defense. And listen to this stat. UCLA is 376.7 yards per game. Turnover differential, Ohio State is at a plus 12. That's fantastic. Love it. And UCLA is a minus 5. So all statistics here lean towards Ohio State getting a dominant win. Let's take a look at some matchups. Ohio State's offense versus UCLA's defense. The Buckeyes' ground game should feast against UCLA's poorest run defense at 123rd nationally. Running back Bo Jackson, we just talked about him. He is a projected starter. Could exploit the UCLA defense, which ranks 31st in sacks, but struggles in the top in a run game. So Julian Sayin, with his pinpoint accuracy, faces the Bruins pass rush. Now, UCLA ranks outside the top 100 in sacks. So the UCLA offense versus Ohio State's defense, if we're going to flip the script, Nico's looking really good. He's a transfer from Tennessee just this offseason. He's going to Ohio Stadium where he struggled the last year in the college football playoffs when he was a quarterback at Tennessee. He only had 104 passing yards and 45% completion percentage with 47 rushing yards on 20 carries. So Nico has leaned heavily on the rushing. He has 600 rushing yards so far this year, 8.1 yards per carry with 4 touchdowns. But Ohio State's front seven is elite. We are dominant in the pass rush. We're dominant in the run. We can get a little bit better on the run game, but I think we're pretty much dominant all around in the defense. Matt Patricia has us going crazy. So his passing has dipped from 6.4 yards per attempt and 12 touchdowns to 7 INTs, which is a 12-7 on TD-INT ratio, which is not good. And UCLA has O-line has surrendered 22 sacks so far this year. It's not good. And then the secondary for the Buckeyes, all Big Ten talent all over the place, could force turnovers. So we're taking a look at some predictions. Real quick, early show, we're not playing no games. Coming from the Columbus Dispatch, they got it at 42-10. Land-Grant Holy Land, Ohio State rolls with a big first half before pulling starters. So Land-Grant Holy Land says they're going to take the starters out going into the second half. Data Scribe Drive, the Fox Sports model, Buckeyes cover 31.5 spread, and UCLA failing to cover in 6 of the 9 games. So I would like to it be even further than 42-10, just to show that last week against Purdue was just a fluke, allowing them to score what I think they scored 14 or something like that, or 9. But we just didn't score as much. I think our offense is going to be overpowering, and we're going to do a pretty good job. So I was just going to look at the app here, think about the spread, 31.5, and then the over-under is 47.5. If you guys are wanting to do some bets on there, on ESPN Bet or BetMGM or wherever you do your bets. But I'm kind of looking at a 40-6 kind of deal. Let's do 41-6. That'll make it 47. That's right at teetering at the over-under, and I don't like doing the under. Little betas do the under. I'm an alpha, and we picked the over. So 42-6. 42-6. And that gets it at 48. Ohio State dominant in the defense. We have Rutgers and Michigan, the team up north, coming after the UCLA game. And again, it's going to be tomorrow night, 7:30 on NBC. So be watching that. 62 degrees, partly cloudy. Be ready. And that's it. Love you guys. God bless. Tip the waitress.